Is the deadline breathing down your neck? Got you that feeling of cold sweat? The idea of cramming all that brain power from scribble notes to full blown polished paper into a single solitary 48-hour weekend? Sounds absolutely bonkers, right? What if I told you and showed you that the right kind of prep and a rock solid plan can beat this academic beast? You can actually wrestle down this monster to the ground. Yeah, we are not talking here leisurely weeks or even months to get this done. Mhm. This is a straight up, no nonsense, 2 day writing marathon. And I know what you're thinking. This sounds like a one-way ticket to the burnout city, and that this paper is gonna suck, right? But no, hold on. Today we are not even talking about whether if this is even possible. I'm going to show you exactly how to convert a jumble of raw thoughts into a paper that can actually be submitted Monday morning. This isn't some hocus pocus stuff, Fox guys. This is pure, unadulterated protocol only. Now, a lot of smart people are going to tell you, and they are not wrong, let me tell you that good solid research needs time to breathe, like to marinate a little bit, like that yummy paneer tikka masala. But here's the kicker. What if the real grunt work, all that heavy lifting, the actual research, the crunching data, figuring out your core arguments, what if all that is already in the bag? See, this whole thing starts to shift, right? It's less about wandering in the dark looking for answers, and it's more about being focused and forming a strategic assembly. So, whatever's fueling your fire, this mission takes a heck of a lot of more than a few pots of coffee. It demands a whole new way of attacking the writing process. And that's what we are going to do today. We are going to break this beast down, chop, 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 map out a clear path to victory, and then maybe during this process, learn some productivity and time management lessons. Interested? Let's get going. So, listen up, guys. This mission is absolutely critical, and a pre prep is non negotiable. You cannot just roll into Saturday morning and stare at a cursor blinking on your blank page. Your success in this 48-hour blitz, it all hinges on what you do before the weekend even kicks off. So, here's my 5 step pre weekend power up plan. First things first, all of your research, every experiment, every scrap of data needs to be 100% locked down, done, finished. The weekend is the sacred ground only for writing. No last minute frantic Google searches, no cramming of data organization, etc. 90% of the project is done, it's only the 10% that is remaining. Next, you need to be organized, like your academic life depends on it. And yeah, right now it kind of does. So, no data crunching, it should be done. Those beautiful charts, formatted tables, yes, everything has to be ready to roll out. And most importantly, you should know exactly where each piece of the jigsaw puzzle fits. The story needs to be big and foolproof, just like you're going to tell it. Third, what actually are you writing for? It's a target journal, right? So you need to know the stuff. That what's going to command your paper, your entire structure, your tone, your format, your citation style, everything. So pro tip here is check out a couple of papers from that journal, the recent most papers, skim them through. No need to read every word. You'll get the vibe. Fourth point, you need a crystal clear storyline, the absolute core message of your paper. If you cannot communicate your work in a 1 or 2 maximum lines, then you're not ready for this mission. Period. There's no negotiation. Finally, the fifth point, make a rough outline of your paper. Sketch out the main points, the main sections, and the entire flow of your arguments. The weekend is only for putting meat on those bones. The paneer is supposed to be ready to be cooked. The marination is already done. All your points should be streamlined. You don't have to think about what those points are, not at this point. And remember, if you skip this process, these 48 hours are just going to vanish before you can even blink. And the weekend will be a whole pile of nothing. All right. So, all the prep work is in the can, right? Fantastic. It's Friday evening and the clock is officially ticking. But hold your horses. Don't dive into the actual writing just yet. Tonight is all about getting strategic and getting your head in the game. So, first of all, lock in some clear goals for the weekend. Hammer out a detailed schedule. And I'm talking about breaking down this monster paper into small, manageable time tasks. Think about focus sprints, maybe 45 minutes of hardcore writing or maximum 50 minutes and 10 to 15 minutes of breaks. No distractions whatsoever during these 45 minutes of focused writing. Your head needs to be clear. This is called the Pomodoro method and it's important. It's actually going to be your lifeline for the whole weekend. Next, take that rough outline that you have drafted before and break it up into small sections, but those that have to be super detailed. I'm talking about section headings, subheadings, bullet points, outlining each and every paragraph that you're going to cover. The entire roadmap, my friends, is going to be your secret weapon against this writer's block that a lot of them face at every single time. Even the best-selling New York best-selling authors. This is very crucial now. A good night's sleep on Friday. Seriously, your brain needs to be firing at all cylinders. So, starting this challenge on Saturday, you cannot be already tired. That would just be self-sabotage, even before you begin. This quiet before the whirlwind storm of the weekend, it's absolutely essential. Time to hit the ground running. It's a go time. Your job here today is to get the bulk of the brilliant research out of your head and onto the paper. Forget about perfection at this point. We are only drafting people, just the first draft. So here's a smart play. Don't even think about starting with the introduction. And check out my previous video on how to write a research paper. Introduction is just a trap. Hit the sections that you feel clearest. And for most of us, these is going to be methods followed by results. And definitely check out my video because I have some super tips right. So use that super detailed outline that you've already prepped on Friday. When you're tackling the method section, be precise. Lay it all out, all the protocols, the data collection, analysis, all the tools that you have used, so that anyone else can actually replicate your work and reproduce your data to the T. Once the method is down, completely done, you can circle back to the introduction or go to the results and discussion first. If you're doing introduction, you need to clearly state your research question, give the necessary background, and spell out why your work actually matters. What are the gaps in the field that you're actually filling in here? And this question also can be answered using my previous templates that I have described in my video on how to find your research niche. Do check that out, and it will be very easy for you to come up with these questions. It will be just cakewalk. Your motto for today, for Saturday, if you need it, tattoo it on your brain. Write first, edit later. Do not be bogged down with all the details or to craft the perfect grammatically correct sentence. Just get your ideas and your arguments on the page. Tell your inner editor to zip it. Those breaks that I've been talking about, the 10 to 15 Pomodoro style breaks, these are for your recharge. Stay fresh, go for a walk, drink coffee, eat something if you need to, and keep yourself hydrated. Don't forget. All right, Saturday afternoon is rolling into the evening, and you need to keep the momentum going because this is going to be the toughest time. Time to hit the results and the discussion. That is going to be the heart and soul of your paper, the crux of the paper, actually. So, for the results, just lay out all your findings with clarity and logic. Use all those tables, figures, charts that you have prepared like a champ. Your job here is to only describe the data objectively. No interpreting, just the facts. Then comes the discussion, and here is where it's going to start making sense because you're going to write about what all that data actually means. You need to find out the answers for your research question, right? So, how you going to connect this back to your intro? That is your focus here. You also need to compare your work with the others in the field. What new things are you bringing to light? What have you found? How would you support the future research? Or if it is contradictory, that's fine too. But don't forget to talk about the significance, implications of your findings, and definitely the limitations of the study. This will clarify to any reader and reviewer that you understand the scope of your work and the boundaries and the limitations of your experimental details. This is just smart critical thinking. Phew. So, no distractions, no social media, right? Getting tired, getting frustrated. That's normal. But the beast is lashed now. Keep up the brakes. Move around, chug water, eat something, nibble, snack, and that's good. It's okay. Keep reminding yourself that you have come very far. Seeing those sections actually take shape is going to be a huge motivation. And Saturday's goal is almost complete, even if it's a messy draft with your main section. So by Sunday morning, we are going to shape the draft. You can smell the finish line, can't you? But don't ease up just yet. You have still some work to do. And it's absolutely crucial what you do today. Don't worry, friends. You've got this. You've come this far. Totally got it. The mission is today to take all that raw material that you dumped on the paper yesterday, sculpt it into a compelling, coherent story. Because otherwise, it's not going to make sense, right? So, first thing, write and polish the abstract today. Craft a killer title. Remember, abstract is that tiny powerhouse or summary of your entire paper consisting of the background, methods, results, and the main conclusion. You're going to write it pretty late in the game because you need to have all your draft ready and then go to abstract. But remember, it's the first thing that people are going to read, which will attract them and entice them to read your entire paper. So brainstorm some title options if you like, get a quick opinion from your colleagues and peers. That would be also very helpful. Finally, is to draft the conclusion for that paper. Please, in the conclusions section, do not just rehash your results or worse, just minimize the abstract. Don't do that. This is your chance to summarize your groundbreaking findings. So, hammer out all those importance, the findings, the details, something that would also give direction to the future research. You want your conclusion line to be absolutely strong and compelling. So, can you see it all coming together now? Take a look at your outline once again. If everything is lining up with that core message you defined, then it's the best. So today's Sunday and it's all about clarity, logical flow, and not the word count. Don't think about it just yet. So finally, my friends, it's Sunday afternoon and it's time to switch gears. You now need to move in from the raw drafting mode to the serious, focused editing and polishing. Time to take that rough tumble draft from Saturday and make it look and sound professional on the Sunday. So, your first editing pass. Think about the big picture. Is this thing clear? Does it make logical sense from start to end? Do your arguments flow smoothly? Is your main point being conveyed clearly? Is it supported by the arguments, evidence, anything that you presented in the paper? Are there any glaring gaps? For this pass, you are focused on the content and not sweating on the small grammatical quirks just yet. Now, once the content looks solid, then you need to get down to that nitty gritty details of formatting and citations, etc. And please, here, make sure that you stick to the university journal guidelines like a glue. And I'm talking about all those margins, font size, headings, labels, figures, etc. All the frostings and decorations on your cake. Then, finally, meticulously, painstakingly check every single citation. Every reference has to be accurate in its details and the style. I know it's a grind, it's frustrating, but it's absolutely crucial. Sloppiness can undermine all of your hard work in the weekend and on the paper. And surely you can use AI tools like Grammarly to help you with the grammar, style, and clarity. But guys, please stop. Do not use it to make it think for you. Use your brain to accept these suggestions made by these AI tools, to use it as your assistant, as your friend, but not as your replacement. It cannot think for you. It is absolutely prohibited. So Sunday evening, guys, time for the final verdict, the final push in this 48-hour academic decathlon. Time for one last meticulous check through. So your mission now is a final eagle-eyed proofreading. And we are hunting here for grammatical goofs, the spelling slip-ups, and those sneaky typos, and any punctuation pitfalls. Read it out loud, and you will be amazed what your ears catch that your eyes have missed. And if your brain is already fried by now, the point is, and it would be understandably so, you can ask a friend to do it out, read it out loud for you. Or you can even use a text to speech software. That would be an absolute lifesaver. Finally, triple check all of your references and citations. I cannot stress this enough. Make absolutely sure that they are perfect, they are aligned, and what's between your text and between your the bibliography has to match. Final, one last sweep for a consistent format throughout the entire document according to the journal's instructions. And that's it. Well done. You were done with the 48-hour whirlwind. Take a pause, take a second, and feel it. How do you feel about your whole masterpiece? Gonna acknowledge your incredible effort you just pushed in? Yes. Let it sit and get a fresh pair of eyes later if you need to. But this challenge was actually about just completing the whole paper. So ask yourself whether you actually pulled it off. So now tell me, what killer lessons did you learn along this journey? So to answer that, let's circle back to the main question. The 48-hour research writing. Is it even possible? Can you really pull it off? It's not a joke. A preparation, super disciplined plan of attack can make it possible to crank out a complete draft in a single weekend. It's not non achievable. However, you cannot do this for every single paper, and such a mission is not meant for every single person. But it's an incredible test of your focus, your efficiency, and sheer willpower. And the cool thing, or the key takeaway lessons, is that this method can be applied to anything in life, no matter how much time you have. You can overcome any challenges. And if you need more such tips, tricks on crushing academic productivity, tackling these kind of monster challenges, or writing assignments, make sure you subscribe to my channel Raz Research Room and press that notification bell icon so you don't miss any future guides. And if you need more academic guidance on how to write and more such tips, hacks to crank out any paper, follow me and call me or contact me on manuscriptease.com. And no matter what challenge you've been, whether you have faced it, whether you are in the ringer right now, please do comment down below, share your experiences with us, and let's get all smarter together.